Greetings, Local 163 family. My name is John Carter. I'm co-chair of the Education Committee, and I'm also a part of our award-winning newsletter committee. I want to welcome everyone to our broadcast, and when I say everyone, I mean Antillean, Continental, Detroit Axle, Detroit Diesel, JLL, Oakwood, Purim, and GM Romulus. Before I get started, I want to let everybody know that Community Service is hosting a Trunk or Treat event October 25th from 3 to 7 this Saturday at the local, and it's free. I believe we are still accepting candy donations for that event. And on November 1st, the Education Committee from 11 to 1 o'clock will pick up where we left off, our Money Matters class discussing tips on cutting spending and things of that nature. On November 2nd, the Recreation Committee will be hosting a free cider and donuts event from 12:30 to 3:30 at Plymouth Orchard Cider Mill. That will be at 10685 Warren Road. And they will be in the Red Barn, and there's one free tractor ride per person. And the Recreation Committee is also hosting their third annual Lions Party on November 9th. Lions versus the Commanders. The doors are open at 3:30. And last but not least, we have a union meeting this Sunday on the 26th at 11 a.m. So today I have with me April Watson from Detroit Axle, the benefit rep. So before we start talking about it, April, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, thank you. First of all, thank you for having me here.
Glad you came.
I'm honored to be a guest on the podcast. I am April Watson. I've been a UAW benefits rep for 9.5 of the 10 years that I've been at Axle.
Okay.
Prior to working at Axle, I worked at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan for 14 years. And so, yeah, benefits is like, I guess, my field, my thing.
Okay. So let's get right into it. Let's start with some of the contract gains regarding benefits for our members.
Okay. So you got to do better than that. You can't just say gains. You got to say the biggest contract in Axle history.
Okay. Well, let me start over. Some of the biggest gains in Axle contract history.
Yes. So this was an amazing contract for us. Let me just say that. This will be my third contract since I've been here. And it is absolutely one of the best. And I'm not just going to say the best because I was a part of it, but it was the best for the membership. We gained a lot of things this time around. And the membership, they spoke. We heard them. They did the demand sheets. We went in. We fought hard. Even though we didn't get everything, we got a lot. Right. And we heard them. And so one of the things that we were able to do is to increase our dental benefits. They went from $1,500 annually to $2,400, and that's as well for orthodontia. We were able to gain paid parental leave. We also were able to increase our life insurance, which is a company paid benefit. We added a flex spending account. We increased our vision benefits as well. And then this is my favorite part to talk about, 401k investments in 401k.
Saving for the future.
Saving for the future. Because it is a lieu of a pension, a lot of people, to me, should focus more on the 401k, including myself. So what I noticed is when we were talking about getting gains for 401k and going after more of a match, we noticed that we had 300 and roughly 80 members and only half. And when I say half, I don't have the exact numbers, but it was very, very close to half were participating in the program.
So not being exact, but you're saying a lot of the members weren't even participating in.
That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct. For me and a lot of the members, I don't know if they remember a time where pensions were like a big thing.
Right.
When I worked at Blue Cross, I didn't understand pension because I was so young. And fortunately, I will still get a pension because I was vested in that company. But when I came to Axle and I heard that there was no pension program, I knew that the 401k had to be something that people understood was like a pension. Right. And so it bothered me to find out that half of the members were not contributing. So we collectively got together and we decided that this will be a great time to do something called an auto enrollment.
Okay.
And so effective January 1 of 2026, we have this auto enrollment, which means anyone that is hired in would automatically be enrolled into the 401k program. And then we are also going to do a enrollment for current employees that are not contributing.
So keep in mind, I'm from the GM side. So
Okay.
You're telling me I get hired.
Okay.
There's a 401k there.
Okay.
But I have to myself enroll myself into it to be able to take advantage of it before this game.
So yes, that is correct. Beforehand, when you were hired in, you, said employee, had to go in and elect your contributions. If you choose to elect 0, then it would stay at 0.
Right.
Now the company does still give, well, I'm not going to say company doesn't give us anything. We negotiated where we get $2 an hour for every hour worked, and effective July of this year, that increased from $2 to $2.15.
That they contribute.
That the members will automatically get as a benefit that was negotiated for them. So if you're an active employee working every hour that you worked, including overtime, you would still receive something towards your retirement. Then there is the contribution side of it, where the company would match what you contribute. So that is where we came up with the auto enroll.
Okay.
So if you're putting in 0, there's 0 to match.
Okay.
Correct. We had 50% of our members that were at 0. And that was alarming. So the auto enroll is like the buzz of the plant right now, which is why I zoomed in on that. That's why I zoomed in on that. Even though we had a lot of great gains, 401k was like a big thing because we did get a company match that increased from 6% to 8%. So we have that coming January 1 of 2026. But then there is the auto enroll. And I think people are happy about it. And I think a lot of people are relieved because I did a survey and I asked a lot of the new hires and I said, hey, if you were hired in and you needed to do nothing and you knew that you were automatically contributing to your 401k, would that take a load off? And a lot of people said yes.
Right.
So I said, okay, I got the new hires covered. My biggest worry was my more senior people that have been working and, no one wants to be told what to do.
Right.
No one likes that.
Right.
And so we kind of jumped out on a limb there and say, hey, we'll deal with the backlash. Now, there is a side to this. You can't go in and you can opt out of the advancement and the auto enrollment. But initially, everyone that is giving 0 will be thrown into auto enrollment.
And it's funny that this sounds foreign to me because if I'm not mistaken, when you get hired at GM, they automatically put you in.
I could see that. I worked temporary for the police department for Detroit Police, and they automatically made me contribute at least 3%.
And you think about how much money the company saved all of this time by not having to match.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I could be jumping ahead, but I'm just going to jump out here and say this when we talk about day in the life of a benefits rep. Advocating for the members about saving and raises and retirement and benefits. And they say, hey, all of that sounds amazing, but 150 people aren't even contributing. So how can we think more about their future when they're not even participating in the program? It leaves me like, oh my goodness.
And some of that could just be an education thing. Like they may not know. They may not be aware.
That's great. So this was another thing that we added, which was amazing. So Voya is our administrator of the program. So now we have Voya coming into the plant. So we have Voya, and Voya has always came in the plant. Let me just clear that up. Voya has always been amazing about coming into the plant, but now I am just more involved in the process of scheduling, I want to say special services. And special services means we set these times, we set areas, and I get out in the plant and I physically go to the members and say, hey, Voya is here. Come get educated. Come learn about the program. Come learn about the process. And they are there for a couple days to help get people educated, because a lot of people are not good at investments and who should I pick and how much should I contribute? Like, I get that. And because I am not like a licensed investment person, or what do you call it, brokers or whatever they're called, I can't give that type of advice. So it's amazing to have someone there to answer those questions.
So how's the participation with that? Are a lot of people participating?
So I have numbers. I have numbers. So Susie, who is amazing, she works over at Voya. She and I communicate a lot, as well as Cara, who works for Daimler. She's a part of the Retirement's Voya team. And we noticed like an increase. Now, these aren't crazy numbers, but they are great numbers. Right. So we noticed like ever since June when they came, we saw like a 2% increase. A 4% increase, a 4% increase in like web engagement, web registration, digital engagement, just people just getting on the app and getting familiar with the app and how to use the app. We also saw 46 people enroll into the program. Wow. Which was great.
That's good. That's good. That's good for our members.
That was great. So they went from 0 to something.
Right. And you just build on that.
Exactly.
Just build on that.
So that I'm extremely proud of that, which says to me, from the time we ratified and letting people know that said auto enrollment was coming, and then having Voya there in June till now, 50 people I am really proud of that.
Yeah, that's a big deal, going from almost nothing to
exactly.
half.
I'm really proud of that.
And next year it might be 100%, 80%, who knows?
But that's the goal.
Yeah.
And so to piggyback off of that, considering the auto enrollment starts January 1 of 2026, we have Voya coming back again in December.
Okay.
And it's like the last hurrah, like,
last push for the year.
There you go, the last push for the year. Any questions that you have, we're here to answer. We're here to teach you how to use the app. We're here to get you engaged. Just whatever it is that you need to know or would like to ask, because everybody's not good with, online and research and reading. I wanted to have like that one-on-one time.
Right.
And we provide that also. They get a lot of one-on-one time.
That's good.
And so we have that to look forward to in December. So as far as the benefits and the gains, that's why I jumped so quick to 401k, because to me, out of all the benefits that we got, which were amazing benefits, this is like big for us.
Yeah, because we are working to secure our future.
Exactly.
And without a pension, the 401k is a big part of that.
Listen.
A big part of that.
Listen, it is extremely big. And sometimes I don't know if membership understands how big. And I'm not saying that I'm like the best at it either, because it's always something to learn. But when you sit down and you talk to them, you educate them, I noticed that a lot of people receive 401k totally different.
Right. And it's hard to focus on a 401k when your car note, gas bill, light bill, you're trying to take care of things right now. Sometimes it's hard to think about 20 years down the line.
I understand. And that is I'm glad that you brought that up. That's another thing. So for the auto enrollment, like I told people, even if you just give 1%, 2%, you'll be fine. As long as there's not showing a 0, you'll be good. And so people are like, really? So I could just give 1%, 2%, 3%? Yes. And they match those numbers. So if you don't want to jump straight to 6%, 8%, I get it, because life is hard, bills, everything's coming at us from every which way. I just want people to know something.
Yeah, well, I remember when I first got hired, one of the guys would tell me, every time you get a raise, push that up another percent.
Yep.
Push that up another percent.
That's correct.
You won't even miss it. You won't even miss it.
That is correct.
And another motivational thing with a match, sometimes when you tell people, the company is going to have to match that. So you're taking money from the company. Oh, yeah, I'm going to kick that up.
Or you're leaving money on the table.
Yeah, that's another way to put
hear
it.
that.
Right, leaving money on the table. The company's putting that money up. You ain't going to put it. I'll put it in my pocket.
More money for us.
Yep.
That's a great point. So Yeah, those are just a list of some of the benefits that we gained this year.
Well, how did you put it? Record
breaking contract.
Okay, so we touched on some of the gains, so let's kind of focus on, so what's going on now?
So right now it is October 20, every day is Wednesday. I want to say what's today, October 23rd?
Yes, today is the 23rd.
So we're in the middle of open enrollment, which runs to Halloween. And so I am in the plant. I try to make myself available for membership, myself and my alternate, Melissa. And then we're in the middle of a callback because we had a layoff in the early part of August. I think we laid off 75 people, and we're bringing, I don't want to misquote, I think it's 34, but let me just check.
So what is open enrollment?
Okay. We're bringing 34 people back. Yep, 34 people. Okay. So open enrollment is a time of year where you are able to come in and make changes. Usually through the year, you have to have some type of qualifying event to make a change, which is like get married, have a baby, something like that, where you can go in and you can add your loved ones, remove someone, things like that.
Right.
So open enrollment is a time of year where you could actually come in and make changes without having a qualifying event.
Okay.
And that will be like increasing life insurance, adding, loved ones that you may have missed during the 30-day window when you did have the qualifying event change, adding an FSA, which is a flex spending account, increasing the amount, decreasing the amount, just all of those things pertaining to benefits.
So open enrollment's going on now. You're bringing back
We're bringing back 34 people. 34 people back from layoff.
That's always good news.
That's amazing news. And so, and it's becoming almost close to the end of the year. So just jumping in, we're trying to get Voya in the plant. It's just a day in the life of everyday stuff. And
I believe last time Robbie was on, he mentioned that some people was coming back.
He did.
Yeah.
Robbie is very optimistic, and a lot of people did not think that they would be called back that fast.
And I thought he was gonna be like, hey, take that out.
No, Robbie, he really believed that, and it's 34 people coming back, which is a great number.
Right.
It's not quite half. Well, it's almost half of the people. So yes. I'm optimistic and hopeful. Maybe the first of the year we'll have everyone back, which would be great.
Hey, got to be optimistic.
Got to be optimistic.
So we touched on the gains. We touched on open enrollment, what's going on. Touched on people coming back. So what can the members do to assist you as a benefit rep?
Oh my Jesus. This is such a question. Oh my God. And I don't want to make it too personal and, too much about me. Contrary to what people think, being a benefits rep is really a tough job. Mm-hmm. And when I got this job, I remember my shop chair at the time, he would always say, it's a thankless job. It's a thankless job. And I didn't really understand that until I just dove deep into the job, right? It's never enough, if that makes sense. And when I say never enough, not even in the perception of the membership, even for me. And I just want to give a big shout out to Tony Massey, who is the benefits rep on the engine side. She is like the queen bee of benefits, and she has been so pivotal in my position. In this position, she has been the greatest. And so when I have moments when I feel like I could do more, I've never done enough, or maybe I could have said this, or maybe I could have said that, she has been so helpful with helping me understand what my role and what my position is, and that I am a liaison between the membership and the company and other companies and vendors that the company has hired. And I have to understand my power, my position, what I'm able to do, and what I'm not able to do. And that's just been the hardest part for me. But it's been 10 years, and I've learned a lot. And I'm human, so all I would like for people to do is understand that I'm here to help you. I let me help you, help me help you. And as long as the membership understands that I'm here to help. I can't help what I don't know about.
Right. And you're only human.
I'm only human, and I can only do what's in my power. And, I know they think that I'm the doer of all things, but some things are just outside of my pay grade, and I don't have the power or the control. So outside of that, I have some amazing members. I have some people that are extremely grateful for the smallest things that I do, right? And then there are just some people that you just can't please no matter what you do.
Right.
And I understand that. It comes along with the job. It's a thankless job, but believe it or not, I get a lot of thank yous. So I love my job.
But it sounds like you got a good support system.
I do. I have a great support system.
It sounds like you're doing your best.
Yes.
You know, you're trying your best. And, you know, sometimes we can be our own worst enemy sometimes.
You can. Because you're always in these positions of service, because these are positions of service. And when you want to serve, sometimes you can't always deliver. And so when you can't deliver, you feel bad also. And there are times where I have to give, you know, bad news, sad news, where I wish I could change it. I just take that, pack it in my pocket. When negotiation time comes around, I remember these people, because these people are not badge numbers.
Right.
They are actually names for me, because I work aside of a lot of them. I see them every day. I know their family lives.
Right.
So it can become personal.
Yeah.
You know, I just, if I had to say anything, I want people to understand that I am here to help you. And I do understand. I get the same benefits, the same time off. Everything that they get, I get. So I totally understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. We covered quite a few things. Is there anything else that comes to mind that you might want to bring up while we...
Well, since you asked that question, unemployment.
Okay.
Unemployment. When we talk about being a benefits rep and we talk about what is it that the members can do to help me, it's to understand that we, and when I say we, not just me as a benefits rep, the union, we only have so much control of certain things. And I just like for people to kind of understand that. And unemployment is like a big thing, not just for Daimler, not just for Axle, for engines, it's like a big thing everywhere. Ever since COVID happened and the work waivers and fraud and, you know, the shortage of employees, everyone has been feeling the wrath of unemployment. And so I just want the membership to understand that the state of Michigan, they're the experts. Right. They are able to go into the system and fix things. They are able to see things that we just don't have the power to see. And so when we refer you to the state of Michigan, it's not that we're not trying to assist or help. We just don't have access.
You've hit a wall. You've hit a wall.
Yeah, we hit a wall. We've helped in every way that we are able to do. And it's not just the union, sometimes the company. And so that is another thing that I would like for the membership to understand, that it's never that we don't want you to get paid, or we aren't invested in the fact that you haven't got paid, or even that the system is down, or the wait is long, or you had to be on the phone for 2-3 hours, or they don't have appointments. We understand all that and we hear it, and trust and believe we have and we are doing everything we can to try to make unemployment easier in the future. And that's the engine side, that's the axle side. I'm sure that's at Ford or GM or wherever.
Right.
So that was just another thing that I want to touch on because of the layoff.
Right.
We hear that a lot. And for the last couple months, we have been hearing it, and we hear the membership, and we understand, and we are communicating that as much as we can to the state of Michigan, Daimler, whoever wants to listen, right?
And it's funny because the process is different from each company. You know, on my side, we do things, we may do things way differently from what Axel do, and we may be even spoiled to some degree.
Well, what's spoiled? Do tell.
Well, I was looking at your notes, and I saw a part where the members had to actually put all this information in, and GM do that for us. It's already in there. We just call and answer the question. So I didn't realize that there was such a big difference.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is what we call a layoff packet.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are so spoiled. So you mean to tell me, let's just say this again, because I just said this. It's not a Daimler thing. It's not an Axle thing. It's not an engines thing. But where are you?
I'm from General Motors.
General Motors.
Yes.
And you mean to tell me that they opened the claims for y'all? Oh, my goodness.
It's been that way for 20-some years.
And so even with that being said, do you guys experience issues with unemployment?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, people still have issues.
Yeah.
They still have issues.
And so you could do as much. You can go
Right,
above and
right.
beyond. And it's just something about things that you can't control that you just can't
You
control.
can't control.
So,
You can't control.
but that's great that you said that, to know that there are companies that do it and there are still employees that are running into those brick walls when it comes to unemployment.
Right.
And it's bigger than us.
Yep.
So,
We just got to work through it.
I work through it.
Like you said, you're here to help where you can, but there's a wall. You can't cross a line. You can't go to the unemployment office and make them do anything. You just
But I appreciate you saying that also, that your company does open the claims and that you guys still experience.
You
issues.
hear every time we have a layoff, a few people have problems here and there, so it's not perfect, even though they put the claim in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Because it's always, it could be something that we don't even know about. It could be wrong birthday, fat finger soch.
Right.
Stuff that you just wouldn't know until you went to open a claim.
And with all the fraud going on,
fraud,
they double checking everything.
The waivers.
Right.
The state of Michigan is double checking the double checker.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. All right, well, so we hit the gains. We talked about enrollment, what's going on. We touched on the layoff situation. We touched on the match, 401k match. Anything else? I think we pretty much...
Well, I will say this. Robbie Robinson, our shop chair, he came and he had an amazing interview, by the way, but he forgot to mention something about progression.
Whoa.
And he wanted me to mention it, and I'm like, wait a minute, I have enough of my stuff to talk about. You had your time for your interview. You should have talked about that.
Well, give him a call. Give him a call.
Okay. Let's call Robbie.
Yeah,
I hope he answers. Let's hope he answers.
Yeah, we'll give him a call. Let him
let him
finish
give
up.
us spiel.
Let him finish up his interview.
Yes, this is his area, his specialty. See if he answers. He's so popular and so important. He has 2-3 phones. So I hope I called the right phone.
And if we don't, then we'll just have to bring him back.
I was just about to say that. He needs a part 2, right?
Yeah, we'll just
part
bring him
2.
back. We'll just bring him back.
We tried.
Yeah, we tried. All right, well, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
And you're always welcome.
Thank you.
And I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and see you next time when we talk about it.